Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to look at how you can link your cash management bank account with Oracle Treasury. So you'll find, like, in some situations, usually create bank account in your Oracle cash management module, and you will need, perhaps if your organization is using the Oracle Treasury module, you will need to connect this bank account with a Treasury module. So what happens? There are several setup or configurations that you have to attain, and that's what I want to take you through today. So, for example, let's say you want to create a bank account in cash management, and you are not sure whether what you are supposed to do to progress to connect it with Treasury module. So, for example, let's navigate to cash management bank account or bank creation page, so that we can be able to see the difference and how you will experience and how you can be able to know that that your account, your bank account that you are creating, will be able to be connected or will be able to be used comfortably under Oracle Treasury module. So I'll navigate to bank creation page, and the navigation is setup. Let's go back, setup, then you go to banks. Under banks, you have banks and you have bank accounts. So what usually happens, you cannot first of all create bank account without a bank. Usually, first of all, create banks. So I'm assuming I don't have a bank already existing, and also I can assume I have an existing bank. All I need is maybe an account to create. So if I click on banks, the system will take us to bank creation page, and whereby you can use this create button to create and to maintain your new bank. This is an assumption that this bank that you want to create bank account and link it to Treasury module does not exist. But in a situation whereby this bank is existing, you need to go ahead and check whether the branch that you want to create or to maintain, or you have opened that branch, your bank account in that branch, whether that branch is maintained under your system. So what you are supposed to do in a situation whereby you are sure that the bank is there, you need to come here under bank branches and check whether the branch that you want to create your account under, it's created or it's maintained in your system. So let's proceed with the situation whereby assuming I have a bank. So I'll create bank branches so that I can be able to check whether under this bank that I have, it's have maybe the bank branch that I need to create this bank account under it. So for example, I can this is our search area. You can provide parameters based on the names that are here. Once you provide these parameters, then you'll be able to produce or to give to see whether that branch is existing. For example, if I know the branch name, I'll just come here and type the branch name. If I know the branch number, I'll come here and type the branch number. But mostly, the minimum information that we maintain bank branches with is the branch name and bank name and country. But the system, if you happen, for example, to provide the country, for example, Kenya. I've provided the parameter country and come and click go. This is the search engine. The system will tell you, please fill, it will give you an error telling you, please fill in such criteria values in at least one of the following fields. Either branch name, is the branch name here, branch number here, bank or bank name. So these are the minimum that you should provide to pull out any existing branch, bank branch. So the country is not there. So the country will not give us the branch that you are trying to look whether it's there. So in our case here, I'm assuming I have an existing bank by the name Eco Bank. So I'll come here and provide the name Eco, and I can see here I have Eco Bank, and the country is Kenya, and the institution type is a bank. So I just come here and select this and click on go. Remember, we are doing this to see whether under Eco Bank we have the branch that we want to maintain our bank account in. So here we have seen that we have two branches under Eco Bank, and one branch name is CBD, the other one is Upper Hill. So you can see these two name here which are under bank name. They are both Eco Bank. This is the same bank, but the branches are different. So what do we want to achieve? We want to create an account, and this account or this bank account should be linked to Treasury module, Oracle Treasury module. So before you link bank account to Treasury module, there are some prerequisites that you need to maintain first. And from the side of Oracle Treasury, we usually refer to this bank that we want to, there's a bank we usually maintain, or this prerequisite. Let me take you there so that you can understand. And there is a few slides here, or rather 2 slides that I've maintained. You can see here that we have Oracle Treasury counterparties. So what are counterparties? So the point here that we are being told is banks, you set up the banks that your company and its internal counterparties use to handle treasury related payments as counterparties. So we have to maintain or to set up a bank under treasury which is referred to as counterparties. So that is number one, for you to be able to link the Oracle Treasury module with Oracle Cash Management module. You will need to maintain these counterparties, and by maintaining these counterparties, there is the minimum information that you will need to provide. So I'll show you how to maintain these counterparties. I will not show you how to create counterparties in this video, but if you are interested, you can look at my prior video. And what you will be able to understand here is that the process of acquiring perhaps a new bank account, this bank does not exist, or the branch does not exist in your system, but the bank exists. Or even the bank exists in your system, but it's not linked to the Treasury module. So what the point here is, you're supposed to understand what are these counterparties. So you must set up these banks as counterparties before you can record bank accounts of your company and its internal counterparties. So internal counterparties might be subsidiaries of your companies. So what are counterparties? So by making you, or for me to make you understand what is counterparties, we will look at what is counterparties under two scenarios. And these two scenarios are two types. We have two types of counterparties. And these two types of counterparties, the first one is internal counterparties. What does internal counterparties mean? So internal counterparties means that any party for which your company acts as a bank, the internal counterparty must be owned by the same corporation that owns your company. Typically, internal counterparties are subsidiary of your company that you do not want to track. So it means you don't need to track the operations of those subsidiaries. Therefore, if you don't need to track, no ledger association, so there is no creation of ledger or maintaining ledger, and therefore there is no journal entries will be generated under these internal counterparties. That's just by the way. But our key point is under the second type, which is external counterparties. And external counterparties is any party which your treasury department makes deals. For example, of this deal is, or for example, is investment banks, foreign exchange banks, brokerage houses, and so on. So you must identify internal counterparties as foreign exchange counterparties, money market counterparties, or both. That one I will show you. But what I want you to understand is what is these counterparties that we are being told to define. So it is under the second type of, which is external counterparties, and this is, it means it's the banks that we work with, that we invest with, we do foreign exchange with, we do brokerage with. Those are the external counterparties. So how do you tell whether a bank has been linked to Treasury or has been defined under the counterparties? So in a situation whereby, for example, you are creating a bank account, you will come and, of course, you have an existing bank, and under that bank it has a bank branch, and under this bank branch you need to create an account. So in my scenarios here, I had defined these two bank branches. One is defined under the counterparties in Treasury module, that is the bank and its branch, and the other one, it's not. The one which is defined is the Upper Hill branch, but the one which is not defined is the CBD one. So I'll proceed with CBD and try to create an account and see whether I'll be able to connect this account with Treasury module, or I can be able to link it with Treasury. So what I will do, I'll come here and say create account. See, there is an icon, active icon here, which on your far right, it's telling that you can be able to create a bank account. So I click this. The system will tell me, or will auto-populate and say that I'm creating a bank account under country Kenya. Bank name is EcoBank and the branch name is CBD. So I'll proceed and say continue. Once I click continue, you can see from the point go, the Treasury module here is deactivated. You cannot select it. So you can be able to use this account that I'm about to create under payables, under payroll, and under receivable modules. That is accounts payables, Oracle Payroll, and Oracle Accounts Receivables. But I cannot be able to select Treasury. So I can select all these others because the checkbox are active, but I cannot select this one, which is the Treasury module. So it means that this bank account, whenever I create it, it will not be used in Treasury module. So what happens? That's number one, or that's what should indicate to you that you cannot be able to proceed and link this bank account that you're about to create with Oracle Treasury module. So what you're supposed to do is to come back, or rather, let's go back and see the other one, which has a bank branch that has been linked to Oracle Treasury module. So you're supposed to say okay. You come here again and search the branches which are under. Okay, you can clear this because we are already under bank accounts creation window. So we will need to navigate and come here under banks again. We select banks so that we can be able to go to bank branch window. So the system will land us to at banks, but we need bank branch windows. So you come here and provide the bank name, which is Eco Bank. Click go. So initially we were looking at the CBD branch. Now let's look at the upper hill, which I've already defined the counterparty and linked the counterparty under Oracle Treasury module. So I'll click on create account. Once I click on create account, I click on continue. Wow, you can see now the Treasury module is active. So you can be able to select it. And now from here, this account that you are providing its information here, it will proceed until the fifth step here, knowing that it can be linked, or it's already can be accessed under Oracle Treasury module. So there's no need to progress from here before showing you how we should link that bank and branch under Treasury module under counterparty profiles. So what you're supposed to do, we'll navigate here. Currently we are under cash management module. We will navigate, we change or we switch responsibility to Treasury. We are using Treasury Vision Operation USA. Enter. Navigation to counterparty's profile is set up. After going to setup, there is parties. Then we have counterparty profiles. So this is the window for counterparty profiles, and this is where you link Treasury module with cash management module bank account. So the first thing you're supposed to note is that before you proceed with creation of a bank account, you should come and link your bank and branch under the counterparty profiles. Then you go back, now you proceed with creation of your bank account that will be accessed or will be used under Treasury module, and the same case you will be using it under cash management. So remember, we had two branches. We had CBD and we had Upper Hill. So what I want to show you here is I want to pull what has been linked and what has not been. I want to pull both. We see which one will give us the results of linked and not linked. So Let me put the window under query mode. Then under query mode, full name, this is where the branch name comes. So I'll start with the one that has been linked, which is Upper Hill. So I'll come and type Upper Hill and control 11. And the bank name is Echo. Echo. Submit. What's this? Query mode. Full name is Upper Hill. So you see, we can be able to pull through the branch name. We can be able to pull the branch Upper Hill from the counterparty's profile because it is linked. Let's try CBD. Query mode. Branch name is CBD. I'm trying to query from my end and it's not pulling. So meaning this branch has not been linked under counterparty profiles that should be able to link with cash management. So what I'm supposed to do now is define it here. Then we go and check under CBD whether our treasury section whereby our checkbox will be active. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting out of query mode. The party code can be Echo. Then it's already existing. So it doesn't take two party codes. I mean, party codes of the same name should not be exist. You should have a party code with only one name. So I can say Echo 1. Since that one is accepting, I select branch because we want to maintain it under bank branch, and the system will give you a decision here. Counterparty information will be overwritten by the bank branch's details once you select the bank branch in the full name field. Would you like to continue? You just say okay. So you come here. Here you can be able to select CBD. I'll provide CBD and tab. You see, it has pulled a short name because this is already an existing branch under country Kenya. So you can, these are the three are mandatory field, and because they are mandatory, the less information you can provide as needed. But there are these three information here, which, because you want to use this account under which kind of transaction. From our definition of external counterparties, here we are saying that any party with which your treasury department makes deals. For example, investment banks, foreign exchange banks, brokerage houses. So these deals are no other than what we said, the exchange, foreign exchange, and those kind of investment. And through this, that's when you could tell under this field which has checkboxes here, we have FX, this is Forex, we have money market and equity market. So you're supposed to check these checkboxes and any other that you will need based on the type of transaction you do. Then you provide any other information that you feel is relevant based on your organization. After doing that, you're supposed to come here and save. Once you have saved your work, you're supposed to provide the settle account details. You click on this settle account detail, which is the field or the window that will give you perhaps the need to the information of the bank account that you have opened with a certain bank. Like for example, in our case, we have opened this bank account with EcoBank under the branch CBD. So that information is what you are supposed to bring here so that it can be able to be linked with the cash management. So for example, we are using, let's assume we've created, is an account I had created here or written down. This is the account number. We provide that. Currency, we can say it's, see whether Kenya shilling is defined. Kenya shilling is not defined under currency. Let's use USD. So you provide the currency. This, you can say that this is default account, and then select authorized, then the account name. Account name here we can call it Zoom USD account, and you click, you provide it there. Ego account you can provide, is optional. Then a bank address or bank name. Bank name is EcoBank. Address is Nairobi. And location you can see Kenya. The rest is just optional, but these are mandatory for you to provide so that you can be able to link the whole information or the counterparty profiles with your cash management. And our Oracle Treasury Management, you link counterparties profiles with or you link counterparty with cash management. Then click on save. Once you have saved, you can close this window, and now navigate to cash management window. I think we have an open window for cash management, and this is the previous already linked branch. We have linked CBD. Let's cancel this and see whether CBD, now we can be able to create a bank account and link it with Treasury module. So this is still under bank account creation window. So you need to go to cash management responsibility. We switch responsibility to cash management. We are using cash management vision operation USA. So we navigate to setup banks, and we can say banks. Still, you don't have to come all the way. For example, because we are under bank, manage bank or bank creation page, you can come here and say create. Once you have said create, under this page that will bring create bank account, you can come here under the lower field of branch name and provide the name of branch, which is CBD. A small trick I can tell you here is that when you are doing the search engine, or you think that whatever you are creating or defining is already existing in the system, you don't need to come here and click on the search engine. You just need to provide the first characters of the name or the value of the item that you are about to search, and the system automatically will auto-populate. Then you can be able to select CBD, and then the system already pulls the existing CBD branch. And once I select it, it will auto-populate other two, the country and the name. Let's see. I'm selecting the pulled or the queried searched CBD branch name. Once I select it, see, it has auto-populated the country name, bank name, and now what we have selected. So we click on continue. Remember, initially we couldn't select this one. Now we can select it. So this means that this account or this bank account that we are about to create, we can be able to use it under Treasury. So we will select Treasury. But before you select, you're supposed to provide the bank account name. And here we are using Vision, or the bank account owner, sorry, Vision operation, and it's here down. Select. This is what we are assuming is the owner of the bank account that we are about to create. Then you can select the modules that will be used by this or through this bank account. So you can select maybe payables and receivables. In payables you use it to pay, in receivables you use it to receive money, and then Treasury you use it to do your money market transaction and foreign exchange. So after selecting that, click on next. Once you click on next, the system will bring you to the next level of account information. Here you are supposed to provide your bank account information. So you can see on the top, it's showing you the bank name, branch name, and the country. So it's a continuous process. The information that you provided from the start, you'll continue with it until the end, until you complete defining this bank account. So what you're supposed to come here and do is provide the account name. So let's assume this account is for Zoom, and Zoom is the one who are using Oracle Cash Management and Oracle Treasury module. So they are the owner of this bank account. So at the bank name appears as Zoom USD current account. So this is the mandatory, one of the mandatory field whereby you should provide the values in this field, account name. The other one is the account number. The account number that we had provided under Treasury module, remember that is this one. You provide it there. Then the other mandatory field is currency. So you can provide USD. You select. Then there is another important field here talking about Treasury bank account number reference. So if we had not selected Treasury on our previous field, whereby the one that we checked that it was inactive before we linked the counterparties, or under Oracle Treasury Management, under Oracle Treasury module, you'll find, and you proceed to create a bank account, you'll not find this field here. So you're supposed to come and provide the same number, bank account number that you are provided here up, you provide it here down. So with that, you can be able to save your information. Of course, you can add any other relevant information that you feel to maintain under this bank account information. Sometimes you can create, you can provide whether this bank account can be used to multiple currencies allowed. You can select, or you can check this checkbox. Then you can provide the IBAN number. Perhaps if you are doing transaction with this bank account, which are foreign transaction, you can provide the IBAN number, and also you can provide the account type, account suffix, EFT number, all these. But in our case here, they are not mandatory, they are option. So you can click save and next. Once you click save and next, you are now on the page whereby you should link your bank account with your general ledger accounts. So what you're supposed to provide here is a GL, or a general ledger account, that will be used to maintain this bank. So here I also have another account here, GL account, which I had predefined or pre-selected. I come and paste here. But normally, usually you can find, you can be able to pull it. Once you paste it, you can see the system has been able to generate it, or to look from backend and see that this is a GL account that exists. So I'll select that. And in this page, this is the major mandatory field, and here down, which is the system is by default filling them with 0 digits. So with that, of course, if you are doing the implementation, you'll have to provide other accounts based on the nature of the how the organization is maintaining their transaction. Is for bank charges, you can provide an account for bank charges. You can provide an account for realized gains. You can provide an account for foreign exchange charges, cash clearing, bank errors, realized loss, all that. But the primary one is the cash account. So with that, you can proceed and click save and next. Once you click save and next, you need now to map your bank account with an organization. So you usually have a button here under cash management saying that add organization access. So you're supposed to come here and click add organization access. And what happens here, the system has auto-pulled or auto-provided the organization here, which is Vision Operations. But this organization is, for example, let me take you through another, by the way, learning here, which we can say through the multi-org structure, you can be able to remember if you have done implementation before. We usually maintain or usually map cash management with legal entity. So under this page, what is happening here is that the system has auto-pulled the legal entity, which by our case here is Vision Operation. How do you know whether this is the legal entity? You are not supposed to, for Treasury module or for Treasury is mapped through legal entity and cash management. So because this is Treasury here, if you happen to select payable and receivable like that, and try to say continue, the system will give you an error telling you select Treasury account, use only when the access organization is legal entity. What is that? What does that mean? It means that our access organization here is Vision Operations, and the system has auto-populated it. Of course, there is a way we can define it so that we can select it when we are defining our bank accounts. But in case of our situation here, the system is automatically pulling it, the access organization, which is a legal entity. So it means this Vision Operations is legal entity. And because this is an error, we cannot select payables and receivables, because under our multi-org structure, payables and receivables are mapped under operating unit. So we have OU, whereby we map AP, which is accounts payable, account receivable, purchasing, and order management. So you find these and others there they are mapped under operating unit. So that's why if we select payables here and receivables, the system will not continue, but it will give us an error because it has started to select the legal entity, and therefore we are supposed to select Treasury. Let's see, once we have selected Treasury, whether it will give us an error. Let's click on continue and see. Wow, the system has proceeded to the next page. The next page, there's no much information that you need to provide. There's no mandatory information. So what you're supposed to do is just to apply. Perfect. So our organization here, which is Vision Operation, which is a legal entity, in our case, you can see here, its organization type is showing its legal entity. We have selected Treasury. We check the checkbox under Treasury. But now, this account, it's not only going to be, or this bank account, it's not only going to be used under Treasury only. So what are we supposed to do so that we can use it to payables and receivable as well? So we are supposed to come here again under add organization access and click it. And now what you're supposed to do is to select payables and receivables. And now what we'll select under organization is operating unit, not legal entity, because we map operating unit or payables and receivable on with operating unit, while we map cash management or treasury with legal entity. So I'll come here and say Vision, and the system will auto search, and we have Vision Operations here. You can see it's the operating unit. It can't show you legal entity. It's just operating unit. So I select that, and we don't need the end date because we are not end dating it. We click continue, and here as well, there's no any mandatory field. So what you're supposed to do is click on apply, and there we go. We have two access organizations. The first one is legal entity. The name is the same, Vision Operations. Then the second one is operating unit. So you see the difference. You need to master these differences, and you refer to our training of multi-org so that you can be able to understand how these are different structures are mapped with which modules. So after that, we are in our step 4 of 5, and what we are supposed to do is just to click save and next, but we don't need to provide contact under bank, because we usually provide contact under branches. So what we can do is click finish. That's all. We have our bank account. This is our bank account, and you can see the system has confirmed that the bank account Zoom USD account has been created. So just in case you want to maybe update this bank account, you can come and click select and update bank. So here you can be able to adjust as you wish. As you continue, you can navigate each and every section that you want to adjust, and that's all for our today's learning, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.